me when I should stop, okay, Paula?
Okay. Okay, stop.
Okay. Okay, now I stopped. So let me move away my phone so that I have some space. So, hello everyone, welcome. Asha Light Eagle Whispers Healing with my ancestors. I'm going to do a session for Paula, number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to do pal readings there so that, let's see what will be. Oops. I'm trying to put the cards out so fast, Paula, you can't even imagine. And I can't do that because of my arthrosis. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Wow, let's see. Now almost. Okay, so now it's done. So let's see. So Paula, now you just listen and yeah. So the first thing that is the first pile is for him, okay? It's for your son. And the first thing that is coming up is that he is thinking about a meeting that is according to work, and he's going through some sort of changes there, but I'm not seeing the changes being done in a bad way, but he's stressing over it because this can mean that he might be, away from home a lot when it comes to work. And this can sometimes involve travel because he receives, the card for traveling in between work and home a little bit. So it might involve travel somehow. And this is something that he is stressing about in a way, but he's happy. There is a lot of care for him when it comes to a child. So I guess he has a child, or there is a child involved, and there is a lot of care, and there is a lot of paperwork that needs to be signed, and that contract will do him good, but he needs to read things through completely before he makes everything the way it should be. Because there is something that he needs to restart from the beginning, and he's facing somehow difficulty. I don't know if it is because of the mother of the child or if it's someone else who is putting their nose where it shouldn't be. But it's like complications around the child a bit, and he has a lot of things to fix around it. He's very depressed. Now, this is what is going on around his home a little bit. And he's very depressed of, how things are. And he would like to sort of leave all that and just move away, but he doesn't. He will be successful. The depression and the things that he's going through is going to pass, and that is within a very short time. So you should not worry as you do. And he will go through some sort of a changes where his career will lift up in a success, and he's going to celebrate the economical situation as well. But then there is a person around him who is making him some sort of trouble. And I don't know if this is a friend or a family member or someone, but this is a person who is envy and who would would like to have that money. And I don't know if that person is having trouble with the economical issues. And whatever this is about, this person will have a resolution within short time. So if he asks your son to borrow money or something, he shouldn't do that, because the person's problems will resolve without your son have to do anything towards that. The next thing what will be within the future is that your son feels that he's stuck in something. He made decision without thinking. He was a little bit too fast. He was tempted, and now he's worried and stressed of how things are going to be. He's trying to be strong, and he's thinking about finding a way out from all that stress that he's going through. He needs to he needs to use his belief and his faith that things are going to be fine. There is a communication between him and another person, and they're trying to resolve things in between, and the resolution will be in a good way, but he needs to be very focused, and he needs to take someone's advice in a very positive, good way. And when this will have a change, it will be, good. It will be for good. What was that he got I don't know, it's like someone leaving him. It's like he is saying goodbye to something, and that made him confused and sad. So I don't know if he broke up in a relationship or not, because for me it looks like he broke up with someone or something, and he moved forward away. And yet that he was thinking to give that person another chance, or give the situation another chance. But I'm not seeing that person wanted this. It's like he felt alone, and he started to reflect on life, started to see how things, what he have done till now, and what's there to do for the future, what new goals to set. And then he found himself in some sort of just situation. I don't know if this is by court or something, but he found himself in a situation where there is a lot of worry, and he wants to come out of it. He wants to find a solution, but it's happening in such a very it happened in a very slow way for him, and it became to the point where family stepped in and did, give him a hand, helped him through this difficulty, whatever this is about. And I don't know if he traveled to meet family members, because this is the past. So it looks like he traveled and he made some sort of changes to make life a little bit easier. So now what will be within the future is that he's going to try to give things time to make the right choices. There is a person around him who is trying to outsmart the situation, and who is waiting for the right time to make it's like putting difficulty in front of him, and he needs to be a little bit, aware of what is going on, because not all people are positive. And I don't know if this is a person from the past, his past, who is doing this towards him or not, or if it's someone that he is having in his life at the moment. But there is a lady that is making complications for him, and he needs to be aware of that. He needs to make some sort of changes, but also put his foot down and say no, not anymore. And he feels like it's like things have happened behind his back, and he wasn't even aware of how this, that this is going to happen and occur. And he started to see someone for who that person truly was. It's like he was blind to what that person was, and now he is sort of seeing how that person is treating him and treating the situation and everything. And he feels like he have been lied to, cheated, and also used in a situation. So he is under how this will end is that he's going to restart from the start, from the beginning. So you shouldn't worry as much as you do, because things are going to work out in a good way. He's going to receive help, the help, the type of help that he needs, and he's going to work things out. This is going to be work with that will that concerns, it can be a authority person, it can be a lawyer, it can be, I don't know, but it's like someone helping him who knows how things needs to be done. So someone will help him to resolve the situation. He will be quite emotional by going through this as well. This won't be an easy thing, but it's going to work out in the best way at the end. And he's going to step, it's like, I don't know if this is stepping back into his old shoes, his old home, sort of, and enjoy life and path with family. And but at the same time, this is going to also leave a scar. So he's going to be, this is something that he will keep with him, but he's going to work not to fall under this depression, not to hold on to this depression, because this is going to, to come up for him, through life a little bit, because this is a huge scar. So this is how I'm seeing this. This is what his cards are saying, and I don't know if you can understand that.
Yes, I do, and I'm terribly sorry that my client just arrived. So can you continue, and then I'll listen to the rest after, and I will send you payment. I thank you so much.
Can you just hold on? Let's tell your client to wait for 5 minutes, maybe, because I would like to know what is the questions. Can you just tell me the questions, and I will look at the questions.
Okay, I'm just looking. It's having to do with his children. And he's not in a good spot right now because the mom lost the children, and he's afraid to lose his children too. He's afraid that Child Protective Services will come and take the children, and he's kind of being threatened right now, so he's not in a good place.
Well, then I can tell you that he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. This is going to work out in a good way. Someone will help you, as I mentioned, and he will have his children with him, so he will not lose them. Even if things are not looking nice, there is 2 people who is stabbing him, and it's a male and a female, that he's having trouble. He needs to look at the friends and people that he has around, and he needs to cut cords with them. He needs to be careful with whom he shares information with and all that, but he's not going to lose his children, okay? It's going to be fine. Is there anything more that I could answer?
Well, do you think he'll be able to cope on his own? Because I know depression is taking over, anxiety and all that.
Yeah, within time, yes, Paula, but before that, he's going to be very depressed and hurt. And as I mentioned at the end, there is this is going to leave a scar on him. And he has a relationship. There is someone around him. I don't know if that relationship is a strong one or not, but for me, it looked like he's going to step into a relationship in a stronger level, which means engagement or something. But it's like taking how should I say, I'm trying to find the right word for it. It's like, yeah, he's going to step into a relationship, and that relationship will be good for him, but still he's going to have the memory with all what happened with him. That is going to shake him sometimes. His depression and all, but over and all, he will be fine. But it will take him time before he does that.
Right now, the problem is the one that he's living with. She's making his life very miserable.
Yeah.
I don't know if she means well in a certain way, but that's the big problem. So that's what he's afraid of, that because of how she is, he won't be able to keep the children.
Yeah, well, then, if that's so, then he needs to truly cut cords with that person, because, his children is much more than
Yes.
than that.
He's been trying to cut cords, but there's threats all the time. That's the problem. He wants her to go, but she's not going, and she's not being cooperative.
Yeah, well, but he needs to cut cords there, and he needs to, take the risk, because I can tell you, Paula, that he's going to be fine. he is going to be 100% fine, and he's going to step into another relationship within the future, and he's going to be more happy, but he's going to be scared of relationships for some time. So he's going to be on his own, raising his children. Does he have 2 children? But I'm also getting a third, but I'm not sure. The third, like, 3 children. Okay. Does one of the children having issues with health, like being autistic or ADHD or something like that? Needs.
My son is 88. Well, yeah, that's the.
Because I am getting that there is a child who is having difficulties, problems, having trouble with boundaries, and needs routines and all that, and he needs to, be very calm and patient with that child. Paula, is what I'm receiving. So he needs to be calm, because he has special bond to that child, but also to the other children, of course. But he has a good understanding, so he needs to listen and explain, even if that is 10 times. He needs to do that over and over. But he needs you, for an example, to be strong and not stressing him out. But he needs to cut cords with the lady, and this lady is making trouble for him. And I don't know if this lady is having a friend, or if this is an old ex for her or something, but she's having someone around her who is, and this is a he, who is sort of making a plot towards him in a way. So, he needs to cut cords. He should not hold on there. This is not a relationship that will give him any happiness and any joy. I'm just sorry to say that. I used to always say the opposite, Paula, but I just have to be just honest and, say what the reality of it is.
Well, thank you very much. He has a court date coming up on the 23rd, and he's really afraid that the kids will be taken. So I keep praying. So.
Well, something. As I said, he's going to be fine.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Asha. I'm going to send you payment for this, and I'm going to recommend you to everyone I know. Thank you so much.
Oh. Thank you. Well, he's going to be fine. He needs to, what is important, Paula, for him to think about is that whatever is happening around, whatever he's doing, he needs to document things, to record or to write things down, save all, SMS if there are threats, and so on. He needs to be smart, because if anything will come up, that can bite him, he can show, the people, the judge, and so on, the reality. Let me just go fast back into the cards, because I was talking about justice somewhere. Let me just go back and see, because I just want to make sure that I'm not giving you false ideas here. Because I am very, when I do something, I do that with my heart, and I want it to be done in the nicest, best way. But yeah, the justice was in the past, I think. But yeah, there is a court coming up, and it will involve the children, but he's going to be fine. He's going to, I'm not seeing his children taken away from him, but he needs to obviously show that he's taking responsibility, that he works, that he's handling his life, and so on. And he needs to completely cut cords with this relationship, because as long as he's going to hold on to that, he's not going to be fine. And his children are not fine around that person either. The child who is autistic or have ADHD problem, and even the other, they are not liking this person. They are not bonding with his girlfriend, or whatever I should call her. So he needs to cut cords there, Paula.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Asha. God bless your soul. I'm going to send you payment later on this afternoon.
God bless you. Don't worry about it. No worries. You're welcome. Take care.
You as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so thank you for listening. And this is, again, Asha Light Eagle Whispers Healing with my ancestors. And that was the second reading for Paula. And that's that. Blessings. And if you want a reading, you're welcome to book one as well.